Hello, friends, and welcome to Empower You 2 podcast. I'm your host, Natasha Paris, and I'm excited because you are in the building with me. You can be anywhere in the world, but you have chosen to be here with me, and I am so humbled and appreciative. Let me tell you about this show. Each and every single week, we continue to empower you to greatness that is truly going to help you, whether you are a person that have experienced a heartbreak, have gone through a divorce, or have endured levels of trauma of any kind, or you're just a person trying to rebuild their life and themselves, and now you are finally ready to live a life full of abundance, joy, and peace, then this show is for you. So with that said, thank you again for being here. I am extremely grateful. I'm excited to be on this journey with you because together we are empowered for greatness. You ready? Let's go. Hello, my friends, and welcome to the Empower You 2 podcast. I am your host, Natasha Paris, and I am so excited, as always, to come before you and share something that could potentially change the trajectory of the life that you are living. Because my goal and our goal on the Empower You 2 podcast is to get you to a place where you know that all of the things that seem impossible is right at your fingertips. And so in episode 115, season 2, we are going to talk about, get ready. The episode topic is loving you is the most important thing you can do now. And how do you do that? Yes. How do you love yourself? These are the 3 indicators that there is a lack of love for yourself. And then we're going to talk about what can you do and what does loving yourself offer? What does it offer you? Okay, so what are the 3 indicators? As a licensed clinician, have been for the past almost 25 years, I've spoken and counseled and coached thousands of individuals across the country. I've lived in cities like New York, Philadelphia, outside of New Orleans, Virginia. I've counseled people in Maryland and also in DC, and have done some work in parts of Africa. And what I come to realize that no matter how different the cultures are, or the ethnic groups, or the socioeconomic statuses of individuals, what I notice is that there are a consistent level of unloving actions and things that people do to indicate that they are lacking love for themselves. These are the 3 big ones. So pay attention. And if you fall into one or more of these criterias, then you really need to listen a little bit more. But before you continue, or before I continue, I want you to hit that 5-star button. I want you to share this podcast. And let me tell you, we're in episode 115. So you have tons of episodes that you can just share with a friend or someone you believe could benefit. Okay, so definitely hit that 5-star button, and I want to hear from you. Okay. All right. So what are the 3 things, that you might be doing that can easily say, I think that he or she is lacking a love for self. Okay. So the first thing is, if you call yourself names, that's a big one. I'm not talking about, oh, girl, you calling yourself a not for good nothing MF. No. Well, there are people that do that. I'm talking about the small microaggressions that you direct at yourself. It could be, oh, I am so stupid. I apologize. Calling yourself stupid in the presence of others, that is a no can do. Calling yourself a name, saying to yourself that you can't do anything right, or surprisingly, I have great things happening to me. Wow. That is a strong indicator that you don't value yourself, my friend. I'm talking directly at you. You don't value yourself by calling yourself names or not thinking that good things are supposed to happen to you. That's one indicator. A second indicator is settling for less. Allowing yourself to be in a so-called quote unquote loving relationship when in fact it is not loving, but it is hurting you. It is harming you. It is not adding to your life. It's not multiplying your life. It is subtracting and dividing from your life. For example, being in a relationship where the person is cheating on you and you continue to allow it to take place by either turning a blind eye or arguing about it, but then allowing them to remain your focus or giving them the attention or just allowing them to still be in your life, period. Another example is working at a job that is paying you less than what you know you deserve, but you settle for it because you believe that there's nothing else you can do. Yes, settling for less than you deserve, my friend. The third indicator is not going after your goals, dreams, and desires because you don't think that you deserve them. You want to start that new business. You have the creative ideas, but you choose not to begin. Or you know you want to lose that weight, but you don't think you can do it. You question yourself and you don't believe that it is possible. Ultimately, you want certain things for your life, but you don't think that it's possible to receive. And when we boil it down to the bare minimum, you don't think that you are worthy of it or deserve it. Those, my friends, are three huge indicators. There are so many others, but those are the ones that I choose to talk about. Because so many people are walking around feeling like they don't deserve love, that they don't deserve that amazing job paying that amazing salary, or they don't believe that they are capable of achieving greatness because they don't believe that they are worthy. Because, my friends, worthiness is the foundation of self-love. Worthiness is the foundation of self-confidence. Worthiness is the foundation of high self-esteem because worthiness is an internal feeling. It is not what you have. It is what you are. I'm going to say that again. It is what you are, who you are, whose you belong to. Let's talk about it. Why is it important for you to love yourself? Because when you love yourself, there are things that will be attainable to you. And it is the most important thing that you can do for yourself. Because oftentimes we worry about everyone else, our family, our children, our friends, and even our neighbors. But we choose to put ourselves on the back burner. And when you don't love yourself, there are things that you are willing to negotiate. And my friend, I'm telling you now, because of my own experiences, there were times when I put myself on the back burner. I allowed people to talk about me in my face and I didn't say a word. I settled for relationships that I knew that I didn't deserve. I allowed myself to be in positions at work where I knew that I was worthy of so much more because of the experiences and the talent that I brought to the table, and settling for so much less than what I deserve. So if you fall into any of those criterias, then you must do something now, not tomorrow, not next week, but now. And what is that thing that you are talking about? There are 3 things that you can do. There are tons of things you can do, but we're only going to focus on the 3. The first thing is, if you are in this place where you are not showing love to you, you first have to make a decision, my friends, that you will no longer allow individuals to treat you less than you deserve. You will no longer allow yourself to deal with those things. You will no longer talk ill will towards you. So you first have to make a decision. It's very simple. Either you say, yes, I am going to change my behavior and love me more, or yes, I will continue to allow those to mistreat me. I will continue to feel levels of unworthiness. Thereby, I allow anything that is not good for me to come into my sphere of influence or my energy field and try or actually destroy me. It's a choice. Which one do you choose today? Loving you or loving the pain? Oh, yes, I said it. The pain, the hurt, the defeat, the sadness, the depression, the suicide. So first, it's a decision. Second, it is you now changing the behavior. Now, let me say this, my friends. This behavior is something new for you because you've never done it. I was there. And it takes some getting used to. It may feel a little uncomfortable. It may feel a little strange saying what I'm about to tell you to do. But it becomes easier. It's just like going to the gym. When you're lifting that first weight, you're like, oh my goodness, this hurts so much. I can't do it. You want to give up, but you keep going. And then you realize that your muscle is getting stronger. And that 5 pounds that you used to struggle lifting, now you've graduated to 10 pounds and now to 20 pounds. And now you can do more repetition with that weight because it's becoming not necessarily comfortable, but it's becoming more of a routine. And so the second thing that I want you to do is, after you make that decision, I want you to look yourself in the mirror. And I know it's hard for many of you, in your eyes, because guess what? When you look into your own eyes, your eyes are the windows to your soul. It may be a little uncomfortable. You may think it's strange that you're looking at yourself in the mirror, directly in the mirror, not looking at your hair, not looking at what's wrong on your face, but looking at your eyes. And I want you to say, I love you, and say your name. So what does that sound like? Using myself for example, I love you, Tasha. Yeah, I shorten my name. That's what I call myself. I love you, Tasha. And then I want you to add to that. When you wake up in the morning, hug yourself, close your eyes and say, I love you so much, Tasha. I love you so much, Jen. I love you so much, Derek. I love you so much, Lisa. I love you so much, Renee. Say that to yourself every morning, every night. And during the day, look at yourself in the mirror and say you love yourself. My friends, let me tell you how powerful that is. It may seem very simple because you're like, wait a minute, that sounds strange. You're telling me that it's going to make a difference? Absolutely. Because we often say we love others, but we fail to turn that love inward and say that we love each other, or I should say ourselves. And so today you're going to make a decision and you're going to start by saying you love you. The third thing that you are going to do is you're going to write down all of the things that irritate you and that you dislike. Write it on one page. So you're going to fold that sheet so you have two columns, one on the left and also on the right. On the left, you're going to write down all of the things that you do not like or dislike, such as someone making plans with you and canceling, or someone calling you out of your name, or you saying not so good things about your own self. Write all of those things down. I don't care if it goes and spills onto the back of that paper, you do it. And then on the other side, on the right-hand side, you make a pledge that you will no longer tolerate those behaviors, period. That's all. All you're going to say is, I will no longer tolerate those behaviors. And you can draw an arrow and use that and point it to those things you wrote on the left-hand side. I hope you got that. I mean, there are many more. I will have a part 2 episode of Loving Yourself with more skills and tools in which you can utilize. But for today, 101, loving me. What are the basics? In addition, what I know for myself is that the more I said I loved me, the more I stood up for myself, even though family, friends who used to walk over me, say all the things that I did not like. When I finally stood up and said no more, no longer, guess what they did? They said, oh, something must be wrong. No, even good people get tired. And I want you to get to a place where you are making a conscious decision to not allow others to dictate how you do what you do. So, with that said, what are the benefits? Oh my goodness. Increased self-esteem, and you are walking confidently. What other things take place? You begin to be more gentle with yourself. You're less harsh and less critical. Because when you continue to say you love you, when you begin to have those thoughts of negativity come up in your mind, the automatic reaction is to discount that and say, no, that's not right. That's not correct. Because my goal, my friends, is to build a level of worthiness within you. Build a level of worthiness within yourself so you can say, I deserve all that is for me just the way that I am. I don't necessarily have to change anything about me. All I have to do is focus on loving me and knowing that who I belong to, which is God, loves me unconditionally. And I should also be in that place too. So there are tons of benefits. You get the gist. But I want you to get to a place where you understand that loving you is not negotiable. I'm tired of individuals making a decision to not love themselves. And the reason why I'm saying I'm tired of it is because I was there and I know how exhausting that can be. And I don't want you to continue to be on that hamster wheel, looking for love in all the wrong places when all you need is love for you. So with that said, my friends, I hope this episode resonated with you I want you to know that you deserve all that God has in store for you, but you first have to believe it. You first have to love yourself unconditionally, knowing that there is a great journey ahead of you. And look, we cannot change what happened in the past and the things that we've allowed in the past. Forget about those things. Just move forward, knowing that those things taught you what you needed to know, and now it's brought you to this place of renewal, restoration, and resolute, because you have made a decision that you are not going back. And you have to be steadfast in that decision. So, my friends, again, if this episode resonated with you, please hit that 5-star button and leave a comment. And also share with those who could benefit. And even those you don't think could benefit, you never know what's going on behind closed doors. And so I am your girl, Natasha Paris, super excited to have been your guide on this journey to loving thyself. Yes, it is the best thing you could ever do. Because with that said, I want you to be empowered for greatness. Because without greatness, there's no you. And without you, there's no greatness. Until the next episode. Bye.